All right, another day in paradise. Days don't get much nicer than the game out there today. 71 degrees. Our high temperature in Flagstaff a bit below the average of 78 for this time of year. The recent rains really helping us out on the water year. We're at 19¼ inches of precipitation. And that's just about 1.5 inches below average and 90% of the average for our water year, where we're only about 60% of average when we started the monsoon. So this monsoon well above average here thus far to date, as we were about 9 inches of rain in Flagstaff. Gorgeous everywhere across the state. 81 in Sedona, Prescott, 89 degrees, 85 in Winslow. And this Prescott, that's a wrong number. I'm sure Prescott was right around 80 today. Phoenix, 98 degrees for a high. One of the rare times this time of year, Phoenix not hitting the triple digits, cooling off from all the rain they had down in the desert yesterday. Today, much less active across the state. There was some drying, particularly in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So when the thunderstorms started to try to get going with the heating earlier this morning, they really just didn't get much oomph with them because there was some drier air moving in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Notice how everything moving out of the west. And this time of year, when you start to see the air motion out of the west, that's drier air. The more moist air comes in out of the south. That's the situation we had yesterday. We're in for another very active day, I think, out there tomorrow. There's an area of spinning low pressure off the California coast. And this thing yesterday, when it was a little bit closer, was the same area of low pressure that was responsible for the very active day yesterday. It was just close enough as it came down the California coast yesterday to interact with some moisture. Now it's just been spinning here for the last 24 hours or so. You can just barely notice rotation around it. Tomorrow, it's going to slowly track across Arizona, beginning tomorrow afternoon and through the evening. So I think we're going to see a pretty active afternoon and possibly into the evening. The interesting thing to keep an eye on is some of this moisture that it looks like it's getting into off a tropical storm Lowell. Models are not picking up on that, and they're just calling for a kind of typical monsoon afternoon and evening out there tomorrow with the low moving across. But if it gets into some of that moisture, stay tuned. It could get really interesting around here. Right now, 67 degrees, mostly sunny, and our dew point at 40 degrees. Dew point's down a little bit drier in the lower levels as well. Overnight tonight, 48 degrees. I think we're partly cloudy and down, we'll call it cool when we get down in the 40s. 71 forecast for us tomorrow, and I think things get going in the afternoon and could remain active right into tomorrow during the overnight. Beyond tomorrow, much drier air, and I think we're out of thunderstorms beyond tomorrow for the remainder of the forecast. 84 in Winslow tomorrow. 80 in Payson, Sedona, 83 degrees. Okay, here's a look at the extended forecast for us. It kept a slight chance of showers in there and thunderstorms on Friday, but we start to dry out pretty quickly here as we get into the weekend, and it's all sunshine and near zero chances of thunderstorms the way it looks going into the weekend right now. Temperatures in the mid 70s. Not going to be, they don't come much nicer. Weekends, that is. And down in Sedona, same. 83 tomorrow. Good thunderstorm chances tomorrow afternoon. And then Friday, things start to dry out and temperatures climb to the low 90s, not too hot, and a whole lot of sunshine beyond tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that little area of low pressure moving through tomorrow. It's going to be kind of a last hurrah for a while.
You know, I just got back from the warm, sunny Southern California beaches, and coming back here, I'm like, it feels so nice. Like, it's so much cooler with the rain and the clouds and everything. Yeah. I'll be sad to see them leave.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than it this time of year around here, for sure.
Thanks, Lee.